Deer jump in the middle of the road to find themselves through getting hit by taillights. Welcome back to another video being unemployed in America. So far it's been pretty horrible, I would say. I just had a crazy bad road rage yesterday. I want to tell you the story. I'm going to tell you guys about the car that was swerving in my lane, my road rage story yesterday when I was going to a job interview, and them still rejecting me. Also, living poverty, coworkers hating each other, don't post your bank balances on Instagram. Here's a video. Yesterday, I was driving back from my job interview that I had, which I was thinking that I was surprised I even had a job interview, knowing how bad generally the entire economy is itself right now. I'm kind of surprised that I had an interview in general, because I'm like, me? You pick me for an interview? Out of all these candidates that are probably more qualified than me, you pick me out of everyone. Like, possible? They're like, yeah, we pick you. I was like, okay, let's go to this interview that pays you $15 an hour. So like, fuck it, maybe I'll get a $15 per hour job. I still can't afford to live off that, so because there's hyperinflation going on and everything is skyrocketing. Gasoline's $5 a gallon, and you go to the grocery store, you can't afford money for groceries. But I was like, you know what, I'll go to the interview, right? I'll go to the interview. So I did. I drove there. Before I tell this story about how the interview went, you're like, hey, how did the interview go? Let me tell about my road rage when I was coming back. So when I left, when I was rejected from my job interview, I was started to drive kind of fast because I was kind of like really pissed off. Like, baby raccoon even could tell you that. My baby raccoon to tell you I was so pissed off. I was so angry. I was so mad and frustrated that I get rejected again over and over again for simple job interviews that pay you $15 an hour. I was driving back having road rage from getting rejected from my $15 per hour job, and I was like super mad and pissed off. And then get this, someone swerved in my lane and just like was like staying in like halfway in the lane and halfway in this happened at nighttime, right? And I was like, and I was slamming my horn as loud as it can possibly get, right? And this person was like in the middle of two lanes. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm driving around this person." So I drove around him fast and started speeding up, and then he went in the other lane. I was like, is this how people drive? Like fucking, they're in the zoo. This is how drive? Like literally, they're in a zoo. If you're trying to go to the circus, go to the circus. Don't do that in the middle of the road. That's why there's actual car crashes in life, because people swerve into the lane and just like do some crazy shit and just kind of just like swerve and go the other just acting like it was normal. I was like, there was nothing normal about that at all. What do you think about that, baby raccoon? That I was at road rage from my job interview. I got rejected from $15 an hour. There's not a lot of jobs that pay $20 per hour anymore because the AI took all your jobs. So you don't really have a lot more options in life. All your options are pretty shit. You're not going to really find an actual job in this economy at all. You're just going to smoke and mirrors. Well, thank you, Raccoon, for clarifying that this whole economy is smoke and mirrors. And I completely agree with you that, am I going to ever find an actual job? Like that, that's like what I think is that I may not actually find a job ever. That's what I personally think. Like, even when I lived in poverty in Philadelphia and I was like working for like $10 an hour, right? Because the apartments are so cheap. You're kind of living in the super hood. So like me being unemployed in Philadelphia is probably worse than being unemployed in, like, let's say, New Jersey or Jersey, or New York or Connecticut or Texas. All those other places are very different than one another of like being unemployed. But some people like that are like living with your parents. A lot of people nowadays or like kind of like living with their parents, where they think that they're going to have this lucky break in life, and they're definitely not going to have this lucky break in life. It's going to be like shit here and after. Like it's like your life is never going to improve. It's just going to keep getting more horrible and horrible, horrible and horrible, and then you realize you're 50 years old at a job you hate, and it's already too late, and you really don't have any backup, and you realize that you're actually going to die working. You're going to die working hard. And I'm not saying that's going to be everyone, but if you may end up dying working hard for poverty wages, I mean, that's a pretty shitty reality. But that's the real world out here. The real world out here is like people are getting like poverty wages, and just like they're like 60 years old, and they're like, shit, you're gonna die of poverty, when these rich billionaires are driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces and shit like that, have extra money to buy like full maxed out $400,000 cars. You're just gonna be dying of poverty for $10 an hour, when people are making like hundreds of $1,000s an hour. It's like the economy's kind of not fair. I'm not trying to like fight whether the economy is not fair or not. I personally, I would, Baby Raccoon would actually agree with me that, don't you think so? Baby Raccoon thinks that Baby Raccoon thinks that $10 an hour is poverty wages. Well, we kind of know that, Baby Raccoon, but thank you for clarifying of the absence of any substance of what is going on in reality on this planet. Like myself as a furry cartoon raccoon animal, in some of my YouTube videos you may see me, me as a raccoon cartoon animal, like I was that's my spiritual animal. And half of my videos are spiritual animal, and half of them are like this when I have a baby raccoon next to me. But this is my like YouTube channel. This is like I know, knowing I will be a millionaire already just on YouTube, and I'm gonna probably invest it all into AI stocks or something like that. But something is like weird that's actually happening in the economy. And a friend asked me, he was like, what, my friend has a real 9 to 5 job. You're going to hate your 9 to 5 job anyway, so what's the point? And I see a lot of people giving up or living with their parents. I'm like, even though I live with my parents, people call me, oh, you're a mama's boy, you're a mama's boy, you're an incel, you're a neat, you're not in employment or training, your life's a failure, you suck at life, you should have tried harder, life wasn't fair, how do you have $0 saved and you're negative $5,000 in your bank account? All these things that people will put in your head. And get this. These people will put this stuff in your head, but at the end of the day, this is your life you're living. If you're working for poverty wages, you're working for poverty wages. I can't even find a job. Me and Baby so like when I went into that interview, me and Baby Raccoon went in the interview together. Oh, so I'll tell you what actually happened during the interview. So I walked in the interview and I had my Baby Raccoon with me, and he's like, "Wait, you play with stuffed animals?" I was like, "This is my emotional support animal. Do you have a problem with that?" And then they're like, "Oh no, wait, no, I didn't realize." And I was like, "You better realize this is my emotional support animal. My baby raccoon is my support animal in life. That's on YouTube." And he's like, "Okay, okay, just come and sit down. Sit down." I was like, "Sit down for what? Let's talk about how you're discriminating against me, my baby raccoon cartoon animal. How we talk about that?" And he's like, "Okay, do you want to have the interview or not?" I'm like, "Yes, I want to have the interview, but you're talking about my baby raccoon as if it's a third party animal. It's one in me." That's see, and then like, oh, they would just start like. We almost got in a fist fight, like me in the job interview. I'm like, like this shit. If I'm going to fist fight for $15 an hour, I can imagine for $20 an hour. Like it's just not sustainable. It's just not. You know, I mean, coworkers hating each other. Shit, I can't even find a job. So my employer, the job interviewer, hated me. So how am I gonna have friends in this life? I have no friends. I have a family. I live in my mom's basement as an incel, and I'm like being a YouTuber, but with my baby animal. But like that's like way more adventurous than me trying to get a $15 per hour job. Because why would I try to get a $15 per hour job? It's like been there, done that. And like whenever I go into job interview, like and these boomer people like make fun of me for having a cartoon animal baby form of me, and they're like, you get discriminated against this. I have a cartoon raccoon actual outfit. So if you want me to put that on and have my baby raccoon with me, I'm going to be very hot in this because if there's air conditioning because it's really hot outside. So I mean, the interviews don't know me, and they will never know me. And I don't give a shit. I just don't. There's times in life where you just don't care or just don't care what's actually going on. That was my moment where I had a crash out moment in life where the job interviewer asked me those questions. I just completely fucking crashed out. I mean, people might record that for YouTube and think that's funny, but that's like my actual life. Like me, like living in my mom's basement. I'm like, Ma, can I get chicken fingers? Ma, you make me a coffee? Ma, mother, and people make fun of me for that. I'm like, they're like, no dating woman would date me. I'm like, woman will date me because I'm a cartoon baby raccoon on YouTube. You know, someone will date me one day, but I've been just like an incel for my entire life, so I don't know what it's like. I had one girlfriend that instantly broke up with me. So, and after we banged and did the dirty, we broke up. And then we got back together, and then we broke up, and then we got back together, and then we broke up again. Like, this is my real life dating stories where no one's loyal nowadays, I must say. And they're like, no, it's because you're a cartoon animal. This is way before I was a cartoon animal, where it's way before the raccoon days. It was when, like, I was, like, living still with my parents, and they were like, she's like, get a job. I'm like, I can't find a job. And now we have AI and stuff. I'm like, I'm definitely not finding a job now. So, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'll rather have a adventurous life than a shitty life. You know, I'd rather have a adventure life than living just a shitty reality. It's like, what jobs are you talking about that I can get? I don't know what these people want from me. Like, I don't know if you all were like made fun of like in the high school. I was a popular kid, like going to parties and high school parties stuff, and I was like having a blast and stuff like that. And I always had this concept of this reality that I wanted to be like something bigger, like a cartoon animal or something like that. And it's weird because like these fantasies actually become reality because now I'm actually a cartoon animal on YouTube, and I have a baby raccoon that supports me on my YouTube channel. So it's like kind of crazy that, but people are like, oh, you're playing with stuffed animals and stuff like that. Like, I don't care. Like, this is my life. This is not your life. So stop making fun of me. So, I mean, I'm sorry. Okay. Since we're crashing out right now, people are like, well, they're like, oh, you're playing with stuffed baby raccoon, stuffed animal. It's like, you should just be yourself in life, and then people will join you in your cartoon journeys of being a raccoon, a baby animal on the internet. If you keep trying and you'll be a YouTube star. You don't have to work at $15 poverty wages anymore. Like these older people that have 50 years old that make $10 an hour. You don't have to do that since you'll be a YouTuber. Well, thank you, baby raccoon animal, for assuring me what's actually going on. And it's like frustrating sometimes. It's like you get frustrated. These stupid people. You get frustrated at these stupid people in life that tell you lies and deception, and you're just done with it. Really. So, like, let's look on the internet real fast. Hold up, let's look something up. What? How to find a girlfriend and job. How to find a girlfriend and job. Securing a job and finding a girlfriend are linked processes that both require confidence, clear goals, and putting yourself out there. Approach both with the step-by-step strategy, build your skills, expand your network, and use specialized platforms to connect with the right opportunities. Number one, it says how to find a job. Update your resume. Apply locally. Network. How to find a girlfriend. Dating apps. Pursue your hobbies. Focus on yourself first. So, like, that's funny because, like, I tried the dating apps and people just swiped on me. They see that I live with my parents and they see that I say mama's boy, I type in mama's boy in the description, and like the job interviews are. So no, it's weird because like the job interviewers are like fascinated about that, and then like what do I say? The one women are like, oh, you actually live with your mom and dad. I'm like, yes, I know I live with my mom and dad. What? How is that my fault that we live in the most shitty economy in the history of the world? How is that like my fault that we live in the United States of America and we can't afford to live? You tell me that. You tell me that. But you don't want to tell me that. So like all my experience with like updating your resume, my resume is not the problem. It's that people won't hire me because they want to hire people with 3 years experience. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. And people are blaming me like it's my fault that I can't find a $10, $15 per hour job. It's not my fault. I'm going on these interviews, and then I have road rage after it, and then people are chasing in front of my car, and people can't drive and almost getting car crash. Like, this is not my fault that these things are happening to me. And you think it is my fault, then shame on you. Shame on you. And people like, I know the keyboard warriors. Oh my God, is that a mosquito? Holy shit. No, no, don't. Get out. Right. Out, out. Out of here. Fucking hate mosquitoes. Out, out. Go out. Leave. Leave. Trying to get this mosquito. Fucking get out. Leave. Get out. Fuck this. Charge of mosquitoes everywhere, man. Hold up. I can't even tell if there's mosquitoes in this car. Sort of death bugs. Health spawns. I'm trying to see. I don't think I got a mosquito bite. Fucking health spawns, man. I don't think I got a mosquito bite, did I? Alright. Checked. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're back in action. Making cartoon animal videos. Here we go. Oh, so what was I talking about before? Oh, it's not my fault that people aren't hiring me. That's what I was talking about. Because I could go in interviews, I have my mom and dad and my stuffed animal, and somehow they won't hire me still. And people are like, oh, yeah, I'll give you a job. Okay, then when are you going to give me a job? You people commenting, wait, why don't you go find... They're like, oh, why don't you just apply for jobs? I'm like, I've been applying to jobs. What do you not understand, damn it? What do you not goddamn understand that I've been applying to jobs as a cartoon animal and still not getting hired? So, like, I don't know what these people want me to do. I really don't. I just don't. So, like, they say network. I don't have any friends. I don't have any money. I don't have. I guess I have a car that I have $1,000 car note on, but how is that helping me in life? That's just furthering me into debt. My only expenses, because my mother pays my phone bill, is this car. So you can't tell me that I'm not trying in life. And I'm going to end up losing this car because I won't be having a job anymore. So, I mean, I don't know what people want from me. I mean, people saying do this and do that, do this. I mean, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing this entire time. And people are just making fun of me. I'm just tired of these fucking people making fun of me. I mean, I'm just saying. And like they say, just join local clubs, fitness classes, or volunteer groups. Women are just rejecting people for the point of just rejecting people and not wanting to date anybody. You know what? Once they have AI dating robots and love bots and shit like that, like I'm gonna be all on that shit. Like I can't wait, can't wait for it to be done. You know, I cannot wait for the dating robots to come. I see a tow truck drive by. I had PTSD from my car being towed from Philly to make sure they drive by. You ain't getting this car. You ain't towing this car because I didn't break the rules this time. So, tow truck just drove by, but it's not my fault. I don't know what people want from me. I have no friends. I have no hobbies. I have no girlfriend. I guess I have a car, you know? Alright, so let's type in something else. How to not be a incel mother's boy. Escaping the incel and mama boy dynamic is also the building radical itself reliance emotional maturity requires taking control of your daily life, changing patterns, and treating everyone, especially women, as human beings rather than stereotypes. So that's what they say, mama's boy. Stop being a mama's boy. Build a financial and household independence. You can't be a mama's boy if you're pulling your weight. Be your own chore. Do your own chores. Taking your own cooking, cleaning, and laundry. Become a self-efficient. Focus on securing employment, managing your own money. If you're struggling with your career path, use life resources like CareerLink, Philadelphia for job placement, and resume help. Make your own decision. I'm not just saying plug in that link, but I'm just saying just in general. Make your own decision. Stop relying on yourself for problem solving instead of running to your mother for every decision. I do feel like I run into my mother for a lot of decisions, especially since they pay for my phone bill and stuff like that. Um, so, and what it actually goes into disconnect from the manosphere, online communications, um, promoting incel or red pill ideology, thrive on anger, isolation, and entitlement. Detox, accepting, stepping away from reforms, podcasts, social media accounts that degrade women or validate a mindset of victimhood. Well, I'm not saying it's kind of I'm not saying it's all the woman's fault. But I'm just saying they won't date us incel mother's boys because they think it's a joke. Um, they just want to date people with money, and just how it's, when I seen on Instagram is that they only want to date rich people. I'm like, yeah, no shit. And that's why none of us incel mama's boys have any girlfriends. Because if these women were like super horny, want to go out with anybody, like you think that I would be not having a girlfriend? I would have four girlfriends. Four girlfriends is better than one. Why not have multiple girlfriends in life? It's pretty fun. Well, I agree with you, Baby Raccoon, on that. Whether you think Baby Raccoon is corrupted or not, well, that was a great comment right there. That was a great, fantastic comment. Of the situation that we're plaguing life itself. Talk to everyone. Practice conversation with men and women casually without engaging or expecting romance. Treat women as equals and peers, not as prizes to be won. Well, it's sad that I think that way. Well, dude, we don't have enough time in life just to have friends and stuff like that. We have to actually ask women out and date. If they reject us, just don't go on a date with them. Just saying. It's sometimes the Google gives you not the best advice. Work on personal development. Focus on aspects of your life that you can actually control. Prioritize physical and mental health. Go to the gym, get in shape, and focus on basic hygiene. Take pride in your appearance. Boost confidence. Seek professional support. Unlearning toxic behaviors and separate your identity from your mother's care can be deeply challenging. Consider speaking on a mental health counselor to work on. Consider speaking to a mental health counselor to work on self-esteem and emotional regulation. Looking for provides in Phil's Today Therapist Finder. Well, that's actually not so bad. Find a therapist. They might cost money, so let's look on Reddit. Kind of, how do I stop being a mama's boy? Let's just read an article here. It's not Reddit stories, but my stepfather told me that my mother's took control of my life, which he has a point. I'm 19. She does my laundry. She always sends it to me. Where do I want to her and she gets angry at me? I always wait for her to say a few things, waiting for getting a car. How do I grow up at the phase being so late in the teenage life so I can grow? Well, first of all, you're not a mama's boy, but this person give you a voice. Let a job, any job that allows you to have your own bank account, which only you control. Yes, I control my own bank account, but I have no money in there. So how the fuck is that helping me? Like these people in these goddamn comment sections. I have a mom who's a bit helicoptery and basically does all the parenting tasks unless I initiate my mother. It depends what our parents are probably very different. Hopefully, you can take something from my experience as well. Adulthood isn't always given. For many, it's earned. For me, it took communication. This could be difficult because my mom often took me wanting to take responsibilities for my own life personally, and she get hurt. But I assure you, I appreciate her efforts. I'm not anything she was doing wrong. I just need to start my doing things by myself. Well, I totally agree with you. Maybe set small life goals, like making your bed at the beginning of the day. Like small life goals go a long way. Like making your bed, taking out your trash, doing your laundry, stuff like that. Anything. Do something in life, please. God damn. Like if you, I mean, like that's what I do. Like I take the trash out and stuff like that. And I help my parents. I definitely do help my parents. But I wish I had a girlfriend. That's the sad part about his life. It gets super depressing in this part of the video where I'm like, yeah, I wish I had a girlfriend. I wish I had a job. I wish I had an actual life. I didn't live in my mom's basement, but what are you going to do about that? If I cry on YouTube, something to cry about. But people are like, why don't you just get a job? Why don't you get a job? I mean, I've done that already, you guys. I tried that already. Try to find a job. I tried that already. My God. So let's put raccoon here. It's okay, baby raccoon. It's okay. Go back in my furry jackets. It's okay. It's okay, baby raccoon. You will be okay. Because I'm unemployed mother's boy who lives in my mom's basement. It's okay, baby raccoon. It will be okay. We will find job, and we will find freedom. Well, I must say, I must say that this is. I feel like I have a child in my jacket right now, in my Hawaiian shirt. Like, and get this, I got this on Amazon for $12. I don't know if you want me to link the link in the bio, but it's fucking badass. This shirt, it's a wine shirt. It's like $12, and you can like buy them, and they fit perfectly. Like I'm not even joking, they fit perfectly. And I actually had a woman staring at me like earlier because she liked my shirt. Because nowadays everything gray and white, everything's like dull, ugly. Like imagine. So let's talk about this. Everything in this life is just dull and ugly. Like that car is white. That car is white. Let's see the next cars drive by. That car's black. That car's gray. That car's silver. Black. That car's black. That car's black. That car's silver. That car's blue. That car's black. That car's white. That car's black. That car's black. That car's silver. That car's silver. That car is silver. That car is black. That car is a gold car. That's cool. See, stuff like that you don't see nowadays. So, um, what I'm trying to say is this life is dull. Everything is like colorless. Everything, like the retro diners, they used to have color to them, and actual like people actually stopped giving a shit a long time. Everything's corporatized, and it's just by billionaires and stuff. They ruined this and train wrecked this entire economy, destroyed this economy to the point of no return. Like there's people in the stock market that have hundreds of thousands of billions of dollars. Like it's crazy. Like, are we going to live in a life where people have hundreds of thousands of billions of dollars? People have hundreds of thousands of billions of dollars. You know, that's what I think. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that people have hundreds of thousands of billions of dollars and trade the stock market. That's why a stock crashes 70% and then goes up 150, 200%. Because these people have hundreds of billions of dollars. They control the entire stock market. And these are the same billionaires that are controlling our lives. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying the Rothschilds or whatever the fuck I'm talking about. I'm trying to say that this is what's actually going on. You know? This is what's actually going on. And it's not fair. Even though we think, not trying to ruin my wine shirt now, because it's not possible to be ruined, because I can buy another one for $10. But I have no money in my bank account. I've been negative money most of this week. When I try to buy groceries, I have to borrow my mom's debit card, you know, if she allows it. She's like, "Hi, here, Jeremy. Here's $10 for groceries." I'm like, "Thanks a lot." Here's $50 for groceries. Buy bananas and apples and stuff. I'm like, "Okay, cool." I mean, I go grocery shopping for my mother. What's wrong with that? There's always stuff wrong with these people. These people in the YouTube comments were really like, "Oh, you go to the grocery store and shop for your mother." Yeah, no shit, dumbass. I'm not turning to YouTube comments, but I'm just saying, just like you could use that time to find a job or shit, and it's like they put these points that make no sense in the YouTube comments and get me fucking pissed off and frustrated. It's like never ends with these damn people, and these people judging me. These women judge me. The people judge me in the gas station, like because I have a cartoon baby raccoon animal on me and a Hawaiian shirt. How is this my fault? Tell me how this is my fault. You tell me. Tell me. Tell me how this is my fault. It's not my fault. You tell me right now how this is my fault. Because it's not. You know? Let's type something in. Well, originally, let's say this is a fascinating article I'm reading. Other things like she knows my laundry basket was full, so she did my laundry. I told her thank you and I appreciate the effort, but please don't do my laundry. Washing, bedding, same thing. She used to wake me up if she used to worry I would go to sleep too late and miss class. Now, adults in master's degree, I've had to tell her I know my schedule. I know my schedule. I appreciate your concern. My alarm is always set on the time if I miss my class. That's not my fault. I will suffer the consequences. I do chores and washing the bathroom. I learn cooks fancy meals for parents from watching Gordon or whatever. I use shared space. I leave it just as clean as I found it. Likewise, I started cleaning my kitchen stove and counters I've used them. Phone bills, car insurance, get your own credit card, get a job first, switching your bank card, in the parents, etc. There are small financial steps you should plan to do obviously soon. Well, I did none of those steps. Oh, besides have my own bank account that I have negative money in. It's not really helping me, right? Having negative money. Just saying. I have any money in life. People like just try in life. I've been trying so hard for so many years of being unemployed that's like soul crushing. It's like crushing my soul at this point, man. I'm just telling you, communicating with you guys what's actually going on. You know, it's crushing my soul, my heart, and everything. Finding jobs for 3 years being unemployed, or maybe more, since my recent unemployment. It's been a long time. Welcome to part 2 of the YouTube video. Share and like if you're this 30 minutes past in the video. Also comment Big Boss in the building and I'll reply to you in the comment section below on YouTube. Part 2, so you're watching the full video since you're this far in. We're going to be talking about Mother's Boy Raging, my trip to New Jersey being scammed, bankruptcies in PA, the billionaires turning into trillionaires, and learning Spanish in the Kensington neighborhood. And these go back to my Philadelphia days of being unemployed in Philadelphia in Kensington neighborhood and like learning Spanish. And I invite Baby Raccoon to announce each subject. So you're Baby Raccoon, you're making announcements today. So the first one is Mother is boy Mother boy raging me. Mother boy raging me as an incel unemployed person. Well, thank you for announcing the first subject, Baby Raccoon, and let's put him there. So, like, I've been just kind of getting like angry at my parents for like how I would say it. I kind of like angry that. Let me see here. I'm trying to put Baby Raccoon brand animal over here. Oh no, let's put him right here. He's in the shot somehow. But yeah, so I people call me like a mother boy raging man and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, ma, chicken fingers. I ate chicken fingers right now. Video cams. And all that. And she's like, and I'm like, take out the trash from me, please. You do nothing for me. And it's like I'm like raging as like incel being unemployed, but people are like, "Oh, you're taking advantage of your mother. You're taking advantage of your parents." I'm like, "How?" Because they're my mother and parents. They should be supporting me in this tough time of being unemployed in Silver Raccoon Animal time. They need to be supporting me during this phase of my life, this interesting phase, best phase of my life. They should be helping me in my situation. They should be helping me, not hurting me. You know, they should be helping me in life. I need help too. And I don't like to cry. Sometimes I cry myself to sleep because I'm unemployed. Like, like even when I went to New Jersey and I was like scammed in a dating app, like I will never let that happen again to me. Because like I was finding love in life and I didn't actually find any love. I just find people like pointing a weapon at me, demanding money. And people are like, "Oh, you're stupid" and stuff. I'm like, they sound like real people. I'm telling you this. Like the jobs are fake. There's fake ghost jobs. There's fake people that, there's fake people that want to date people in this world. Like, you literally can't win. And it's like there's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy. And like, there's seriously not. And like people make fun of you in life. Shame on these people. Like just because like when I was driving to New Jersey, like leading up to it, I was thinking I was going to be robbed. I was like, oh no, this girl is like this woman is like super hot. Like she's like 19 years old, but like I'm kind of older, like a lot older. But like I'm 30, but like I was like, yo, she's hot as shit. She's a sexy Mexican woman. I'm like, for like, and she was like, sweet and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, she's hot. And then I like get this. I pulled up. This took me like 2 hours, 3 hours to drive in PA in the most dangerous neighborhood, right? Not Philadelphia, but I'm saying like in the outskirts, in PA. And I was driving, and they're like, pull up to this house at nighttime. So I pulled. I was like, this can't be the right address. This looks like a drug house or something. So there was like dogs barking outside. He's like, "Roo, roo, 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 roo." I was like, holy crap, this is like dangerous. But she's like hot shit. Well, I just got update on my calendar schedule. Total YouTube's posted. Probably YouTube not going to be posted today, but I'm making a YouTube video right now. I wanted to get those AI glasses too, but so like I pulled up in this neighborhood and there's dogs barking and I was like, "Roo, roo, 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 roo." I was like, holy shit, this is dangerous. I was like, fuck, what do I do for love? What do I do for love in this life? And you little old me finding an incel in my mom's basement. I'm like, I'm actually gonna find love today, and I was like, I just gotta go through with it. And I pulled up, immediately someone was peeking through the window and it looked like they had a ski mask on. I'm like, and they were like texting me like, come to the door. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. I was like, is everyone okay here? I'm like, I heard the dogs barking in the background. Shit. I'm like, this is the most sketchiest fucking shit in the world. And but she was hot, so I was like, oh shit, like, am I being catfish or I'm not being catfish? I was like, as a cartoon baby, I had like a raccoon, was telling me too, like in the car, I had to leave my baby raccoon because I didn't want to bring my stuffed animal with me. But he was like, "You should watch out in life. You should watch out for the robbers and the people in the ski mask peeking through the window in the drug house." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, no shit." Yeah, I mean, like, so get this. I walked up. I felt like I was gonna be robbed. I so felt like I was gonna be robbed while walking up to this house. I'm like, this can't be real. Like the apps protect you in life, right? They won't let me get robbed. And I was like walking up, and then get this. I was knocking on the door, and then they peeked through the window with the ski mask on. And they were like, they tapped the window like this, and then they tapped on like super loudly. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, what the fuck? And then they opened the door suddenly, and they're like, and then they grabbed. It was like two men. They grabbed me inside. I was like, holy sh! Like, ah! I was like freaking the fuck out. I was like, let me call my mother. Don't take me away. And I was like freaking out. I started crying and shit. I was like, and I shit my pants. And I was peeing my pants. I was like, ah! And then I was like, they were dragging me through the floor in this drug house, this crazy drug house, and there was like a half naked women in here. And it's like, and I was like, what the fuck? And they were like, give me your money. It's like, you're gonna give me all your money right now. And I was like, holy sh! I was like, ah! And I was like screaming in the top of my lungs, just like, shut the fuck up, shut the. I was like, ah! And I started freaking out even more. And they were like, this is all the money you got. I was like, yes, this is all the money I got. This is all the money I got in life. And they were like, you better get out. They're like, you want to pay for some ass right now? And like, oh, I don't have any money. It's like, okay, leave you. It's like, maybe I should like keep you here, and these women are gonna, have fun with you and stuff. They're gonna do as they please now. I was like, and I didn't get this. I was like, I had a moment of like courage, and I was like, I slapped both of them, and I just ran out as fast as I can. They're like, and they're like, "You're lucky I don't grab my gun next time." And I opened the door real fast and just ran. Ah! I was like that fun, like that episode where they run into the trash. I was like, ah! And I ran to my car, and I was screaming. I was like, ah! And he was like, "You better shut the fuck up!" And he was like saying that the guy in the ski mask and the dogs barking super loudly, and get this, and then at the same time, While all this was going on, the police started like running, just like drove super fast past the house. I was running at the top of my lungs at nighttime, and they were flashing the lights at me. I was like, ah! I was like running to time of my life, and I was and then I got in the start of my car and just reversed super fast. And get this, like I crashed into like a pole, and then I started driving again, and then the cops like swerved around and just drove fast as shit past me, and then drove circled around me real fast, and then just like pulled up behind me, and then and I was like, oh shit, now I'm actually really in trouble by the cops. If I explain myself, maybe they won't beat me up or nothing like that. Hopefully not. And then I was like, I turned my car off, and then the cop came up and they're like, "Are you okay, sir?" I'm like, no, and I was like explaining how they like robbed me and stuff like that. It's like, no, you actually paid for it because you wanted to, didn't you? And I was like, no, I didn't. I was actually trying to find love, and they're like, I was showing you my app. It's like, he was like, fucking loser. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, hey, you should have known you shouldn't. This is how people get scammed. Don't you know that? These parts of the trenches. Don't you think the superhood's a bad place to come? Like, you sure you're not here for any other reasons for like women or drugs and anything? It's like, I'm sure I'm not here for women or drugs. I'm here to find the girl of my dreams, my woman of my dreams, legally. And he was like, okay. I was like, okay, we were gonna give you a verbal warning. You better knock it the fuck off, and you better not see you here again. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. He's like, don't cry, don't cry. He's like, don't cry anymore. I was like, oh, it's hard to have to cry in my experiences. And he was like, it's like, and he's like slammed my door, and he just like when he walked up, and he just turned on my car and drove super fast past me till I couldn't see him anymore. So that was my experiences in PA in the Superhood. I was like, oh man, I'm never gonna get catfish on a dating app again. I was like, never again, because that shit was crazy. I'm not dealing with that again. And it's like, it's not fair to me. It's just not fair to me. I'm not dealing with this anymore. You know. Like, there's been a lot of like restaurants and bankruptcies in PA, so like the economy is just not doing good. I mean, like the billionaires are turning into trillionaires. So like learning Spanish in Kensington with strippers and stuff like that, like I'll tell you guys like how that went. Like, this is another part of my life. Like, I'm not proud with most parts of my life, but some parts of my life are just crazy or insane. I like to like explain myself so people actually understand like my real life story. So like if I ever, not here anymore, I can actually explain my life. So this was when I was unemployed and I was like living in Kensington, and like I was living in this drug house, right? And these strippers and stuff like that. And they were like teaching me Spanish and stuff like that because they only speak Spanish. And like I was with like people with ski masks on and stuff like that. And it was like a very violent reality. Like people doing drugs around you all the time. And the strippers and the people with ski masks on, these kids with ski masks on too. And it's like super like scary and violent, and it's like scary world. But like learning Spanish, that's how, like Espanol, like 2 years, like mi Espanol, mi hablo Espanol. Like that's how I learned most like grande Espanol. It's through learning in the Superhood in Kensington from strippers that are teaching me that have fun with people for money. Like that, they're the people that were teaching me how to learn Spanish fluently, right? So like I can actually speak. Maybe I have a Spanish girlfriend. That's why I was attracted to Spanish women, because I felt like from a baby raccoon stage, my upbringing from when I left my parents' house in a rage bait because they were trying to make me pay rent. I left my parents' house and I went to Kensington, and that's how I ended up in that situation. And it was not the prettiest sign because there's like no jobs in Kensington. I don't think you know. There's a lot of rookie cops and stuff walking around nowadays. It's not like it used to be. Like, I don't mind living in the superhood, but I'm never gonna do that again. Like, for a while, maybe. I don't know. Maybe when I'm rich and stuff and a millionaire from YouTube and being a cartoon animal on the internet, maybe I might try more things, be more explorative, me explore life a little more. Or maybe I not. Like it's hard. It really is. Like this entire life, my entire life, it's very hard. Growing up, living this life, hyperinflation and everything costs too much money. Like, it's really hard in this life now. I'm just saying. I'm just explaining my own experience. What's actually going on. It's not fair. They say life's not fair. I agree, completely agree. Life is definitely not unfair. I mean, I'm just saying. So let's look up something on my iPad. Trust the iPad here. So if we're not looking up, let's on this part of the video. Let's see here. I was going to look up cryptocurrencies and stocks. See the best one to trade. What the hell is my pen? Hold up 1 second. Oh shit, I can't use that. Forget my pen. Was it? I don't fucking know. Damn it! I wanted to look up stocks. What was my pen? Hold up. Let me poke it. Let me look up. If I can find my pen here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to look at my stock portfolio. I mean, I don't want to go on to. Let's see here. Trying to. Thank you everyone for still watching the video. I'm just trying to find my password. All right, fine. Maybe we look up cryptocurrencies. Let's do that. Let's do invest. Actually, let's look up market cap. Let's see like cryptocurrencies to invest in. Currencies, and this is not me selling you anything. Since we're unemployed, let's look at the market because this is how billionaires are becoming trillionaires by buying cryptos. So what they had. Let's look at. It says all the cryptocurrencies here. I don't know if you see them. Hold on, let's see if you guys can see that. These are the market caps of the biggest cryptocurrencies. So let's see the percentage gain. Let's look back. So 24 hours. I wonder if you can go through a week. So we got Bitcoin at number 1, Ethereum number 2, XRP number 5. Let's see Solana. It's down 1%. It's $83. Tron's at 37 cents. Hyperliquids at $59. Number 10. Zcash number 11 at $573. Cardano's at 24 cents. Actually, a pretty good deal. Let's look at that. Cardano. They say that's the future. Let's see. Look at that chart. I'll show you guys. Yeah, I would probably invest here maybe. That looks like a good chart. 24 cents. Buying Cardano. The last year, it's down from 68% on the year. Man, it's in the red right now. It's probably a good buy. So I want to, like, when I'm unemployed, I looked up like the markets and stuff. I try to find out how the billionaires are becoming trillionaires. Let me see here. Let's look up now. Since we're 50 minutes in the video almost, let's look up how do the billionaires become trillionaires? Billionaires become trillionaires primarily through the exponential compounding of unrealized capital gains by large ownership stakes, higher scalable market dominating technology or companies. Well, I mean, yeah, stocks, cryptocurrencies, obviously. Exponential equity growth from 2.5 to 5 trillion, depending on founders' equity stake. Concentration versus cash economic and geographical tailwinds. The asteroid mining factor. You like to see what tech or space companies are currently close to have valuations. So, like, investing in the future, that's like never been new. But like investments in my own life, it's been like there's not much stuff to invest in life. Like my life is just one big failure. I could have bought a Hyperliquid for $59 since it went up 100% recently in 2026 around May time. The cryptocurrency, like I would have made 100%. So if I had like $100,000, I would have made $100,000. But the problem is I can't find a job. So have enough money to invest in Hyperliquid or the Zcash or these other cryptocurrencies. Like, how am I going to be able to invest and stuff like that if I have no money? Like, if I can't find a job, if they're making fun of me for being a cartoon raccoon animal and stuff like that. Like, how am I gonna like ever find a girlfriend or nothing like that? And they're like, why do the women call police on me? So like, I'm just done like with this life, and then women call the police on me. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to me that like people call the police on me and stuff like that. It's like, I'm just trying to take you on a date. I'm just trying for you to be my honey. I'm just trying to be my honey. How many mother votes? You're trying to be my girlfriend, right? You know, maybe this YouTube thing, I'll find a hot girlfriend from it. Preferably Mexican girlfriend. If you're Latina, I try to like a short kind of Latina woman. That's like 25, 22 years old. Like I'm 30. I'm kind of looking for a date. So hit me up on my Instagram if you're not a scam and you're an actual hot woman that wants to go on a date, maybe, or you want to if you're a famous YouTuber Latina woman that want, or you're a Latina owned shop, invite me to your place. So like a brand deals, I do brand deals too. So like on Yahoo, my email address, I left the link in my bio. So definitely hit me up on for brand deals and stuff like that. Like I'll bring my cartoon baby animal. I'll dress a cartoon raccoon costume. You can create TikToks of me and stuff like that. And like if you want to like go on a date or something like that, or do a business deal with you, so cool. So I'm like totally down, bruh. Totally down, bruh. But 50 minutes in the video, pretty much. I don't know, like the biggest video I seen that went on for 3 hours. I was like, that's fucking cool. I was like, I wish I could make a 3 hour video. Like maybe the inspiration will come to me at some point in life, because like I have no hope, losing hope of reality and stuff like that. So that's what I kind of feel like. So let's learn some Spanish while we're on here. So let's like play the Spanish game. I'll say for legal reasons. I don't know if I can say the name of the app. If I can leave the link in the bio. But actually, I have to turn the audio off. Hold up one sec. How the hell do I do that? Oh no, can't have any music playing. All right, let's turn the audio off. Let's learn some Spanish. Pretty bonita. Pretty woman is bonita. Since I'm a cartoon animal, that would be pretty woman. Children, that would be Abela. No, children. No, tenor. Hayos is children. Business. Elbila. No. Neocio. To have. Tener. Grandmother. Abilia. So grandmother is abilia in Spanish. Here. Aquí. Aquí. Yo quiero estudio en la biblioteca. So let's see. Without looking, I want to study in the library. I want to study at the library. Ooh, that was right. Cool. To read, Lear. Nice job, it says. No curry, Sir Baha. Really no. Julia does not, let's see, not want to be short. Julia does not want to be short. Business is negocio. Way to go, it says. Es en la universidad en esta lunes tiene 8 clases D. Hans is professor in the university, and here Mondays, lunes. So lunes is Monday. Tienes 8 class for English. I'm gonna have to skip that because I can't listen to that right now. George viva con su madre. Ella es una. George live with mother. She is a mother. Very interesting. Drew lives with his mother. She's a very intelligent, pretty woman. Lesson complete. Nice. Claim XP. Swipe to ignite your XP. Cool. Day 1 streak. When you practice. I'm committed. I'm committed to learn Spanish. Espanol. So I want to show you what a Latina woman I want to date. Let's see. So if you anybody influencers and stuff, Latina woman. Let's see a beautiful Latina woman. She's kind of pretty. Do you think, bros? She's kind of hot. Let's look at different ones. Oh, she's beautiful. Let's look at this. Is she beautiful? Damn, she's fucking hot. Because I'm like going to a block party in Kensington on. I usually don't. So like as a famous YouTuber, I kind of don't want to share my locations and stuff like that. But like, what does Baby Raccoon think? Baby Raccoon thinks if you share your location, people will try to rob you and steal your gold diamond chains. Well, yes, that's true, Baby Raccoon. If I owned anything, if I wasn't unemployed, but I'm going to a Kensington block party. It's on the 24th. I mean, shit. If you're like from Kensington or like Philly and stuff like that, let's link up and shit like that. For Latino women stuff like that, or Mexican man stuff, you want all we all chill and get tacos and stuff like that. I think it's on the 24th. It's Wawa Welcome America, but like that's like in my life, I was trying to have more fun stuff I'm going to while I'm unemployed. So I'm like going to Wawa Welcome America, the block party in Kensington. I'm going to a movie tomorrow. Actually, it's called Obsession, stuff like that. I think I've seen the trailer. It's actually pretty fucking good. I'm actually getting the tickets for $10 off tomorrow. I'm trying to see in the IMAX or something like that, but that seems pretty cool. This is my personal calendar. I'm telling you guys after. So like this is super cool. This is what I want to do on YouTube. Like you know more of me. Like that's why I want you to know more of me. You know. So like I'm doing that. I'm going to a dating event in Tinton Falls. So if you're all any of y'all bros are in Tinton Falls area, hit me up on Instagram DMs. Because like I'm on Instagram. I'm on X, which I'll post Call of Duty, crypto, AI stuff. That links in my Twitter profile. If you were tweeting like my posts, I'm on TikTok, a politician. I don't know if you guys like political stuff. I'm on TikTok, Snapchat. I try not to be on Snapchat so much. Like I'll chat on it and I'll delete it and I'll go back on it because like I don't want Snapchat social media taking over my life, kinda. YouTube. I respond to the YouTube comments, kinda, but there's no DM box. Um, so like those 5 things you can get to me in a personal level, kind of if you're a real person. If you're a real person. If you want to support the channel, Cameo, like a baby raccoon, I can send you a baby raccoon cameo. The link is in the bio for that. My Patreon, you can subscribe for that. I didn't start making money on YouTube, but I probably am soon. So I actually had a share with you, bros. I had a YouTube video that's actually been going viral, kind of. So let's check that out. Studio. Let's go to my YouTube studio real fast. I'll show you this trend. It's actually pretty good. So we have 12,313 subscribers. And I'm about to start advertising on YouTube again. But not right now. But one of my videos is going fucking ballistic. Like, he's getting 350 views, like, every 48 hours. It's been getting crazy traction. Like, look at this shit. Look at that. That's one of my natural YouTube videos with no advertising or nothing from Browse Features. It's been kind of going kind of viral. So far as 2,000 views. Like, look at this. This is going fucking bananas. This video. I don't know if you guys can see that. So yeah, look at it. That chart is going fucking straight up. So what is an evergreen video? If you're wondering on YouTube, it's a YouTube video that constantly keeps getting views, forever. And I actually have one in my watch time. If you're wondering where I am in monetization, I'm at 212 hours out of 4,000 hours to get monetized. Like if you see here, see that? So this bar right here to get monetized, so I can start making money on membership, super shopping, watch page ads, short feed ads, stuff like that. But that's like my YouTube stuff. So I've just been sharing some stuff with you guys. So we went into some crazy shit on this. We talked about cryptocurrencies. We talked about trillionaires, billionaires, so like how they're getting rich. We're talking about my story in the dating app scam story. We talked about road raging, job interviews. I mean, fucking, we learned Spanish together. We we're like almost an hour in the video right now. It's fucking crazy, dude. This is a badass video we're making. Like my mic even died before almost, so like I switched my mic out already. So this thing is fully charged. I gotta remember to record, and I was probably gonna order more of these shirts because they're actually pretty nice. But I'm wondering if I go to that dating event. The cool thing is about being famous is like as a cartoon animal in the raccoon world is like I feel like in some point in time I'm gonna become so fucking famous, like I'm gonna be able to get a girlfriend like this. So like that's the cool thing about like chasing your dreams in life. You'll eventually find them. But if I was just an incel living in my mom's basement, there's nothing going for me. There's nothing going for me. I'm just saying what's actually going on. This economy is just not fair. It is what it is. You know, I'm just like I'm not going to be like, even if I had a 9 to 5 job, I'm turning the notifications off during my days off because I'm not going to be worried for this crap. I'm not dealing with this shit every single day, even if I had a job, which I had a job before, but I've been unemployed for like 120 so days so far. I'll tell you in the video like how many days I've been actually unemployed, but it's been a lot. It really has been. But I'm gonna update my bio and my YouTube description too. So let's see that movie, Obsession movie, that movie I'm seeing, like stalkers and stuff like that. And as I become more and more famous as a baby raccoon pet master in online, I'm gonna have to hide my identity, kind of sort of deal, not be too famous. So the Obsession movie is a horror movie in 2025. It looks so fucking cool. I can't show you guys a trail of it, but it's like super cool. It looks like the movie. It's based on like a stalker story and stuff like that. And like the real question is, how do you protect yourself from stalkers in life? Like number one, don't tell people where your location is. Like I'm telling you guys where I'll be in a block party in Kensington and stuff like that. I'm not telling you my exact location. Or like if I have a job ever again, I'm not telling you where I work. Like I'm sure. Sorry, I'm bros. I'm ladies of the night. I want to like tell you guys everything about my life so you can visit me and stuff like that in this raccoon journey in life. But like problem is like political and stuff like that's why I was like thinking like people like me from like my non-political side, but like a lot from my YouTube side. But like once you go into politics and stuff, people start hating you and stuff like that. And like I'm not saying they're gonna attack you and stuff like that, but you gotta be careful what you promote on the internet and stuff like that. I mean, you just gotta be careful in this life. You really do. Um, But like, how do you protect yourself from stalkers? Like people like have gated communities and stuff like that. But the number one thing is like just be mobile. Just be mobile. Don't let you tell people where the fuck you live. Like you'll be good. Like people don't have enough money to stalk you, like chase you around the fucking world. I'm just guarantee you they don't. So you might get a lot of traction. Like, would I ever want to be as famous as Mr. Beast? Probably not, because you'll be fucking stalked and shit and all this crazy shit. Like, I would not want to be that famous. Fuck that. Like, I want to get somewhat famous, but not like I wouldn't mind being that famous. But like, there's no point to it. Like, you get enough. Like, once I get enough money, like I'm living my best life. Like, I'm not telling people where I work or where I live or where the fuck I'm going because that's how you get stalkers and shit. And they were like, these people are psychopaths in this life. They really are. I mean, like, I'm just being real with your bros, because there's stalkers and crazy people out there. You never know when you're running into in this life. You really don't. But pretty much that's the whole video. We've been an hour and like 10 minutes almost in the video. But thank you for love, everyone, and I'll see you in the next YouTube video. Like, share, subscribe, click the links, my social media platforms, the Cameo, Patreon if you support the channel. If you want to support the channel even more, watching my full hour videos and watch time, it helps me in monetization. Like, viewing my video helps me once I get monetized. So those are my ways you support me. I love you all, and I'll see you next video in the cartoon animal world. Love.